Okay, it is Tuesday, 15 April 2014 at the Record Show at 5 o'clock or 5 p.m. Let's call to order the annual reorganization meeting of the Village of North Hudson. Roll call, please.
Trustee Anderson?
Here.
Head is absent. O'Brien Berglund? Here. Rhodey, absent. Standifer?
I am here.
President Wecken?
Here.
Trustee Zappa?
Likewise.
Okay. Very good. The oath of office by the village clerk, because we are required by law to have the newly elected or re-electeds take the oath of office within 5 days after the notification of election. They have all been sworn in, but I would like to just acknowledge and reintroduce that Daryl is a longstanding member, has been reelected to the board, and I'm looking forward to another term with Daryl. And our newest member of the board of trustees, Rod Anderson, is I want to, you can't thank folks enough that will take the time to do this job. It's pretty much a thankless job, and we haven't had a lot of contention for the seats, but we are glad that folks, that to have you on the board, and look forward to working together through the year. And Ted, who is out of town, was also the third member of the electeds this year. The next item on the agenda is standing committee assignments and recommendations approval requested. Everybody's got their packet, and the standing committee of board of trustees, I'm not going to read through all the folks there. Is there any comments or questions? I would move for their approval.
Second.
Thank you, Daryl. Any discussion? You're happy, Mark, Colleen, everybody? Rod, okay. So motion's been made and seconded, and I don't think do we need roll call on this? No. All in favor of standing committees recommendations and signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you. Next is the appointed officials, committees, boards, commissions, and representatives to other bodies. Recommendations approval, I would move to approve the committees as are listed in your packet.
Second.
Thank you, Colleen. Any discussion or changes or questions? Excellent. All in favor of the appointed committees, boards, and commissions, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carries. Board review assignments, meeting date and time. The board review committee assignments approval requested. I would move that we approve the board review, which will be myself, Melissa, Daryl, Gloria, and Mark. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mark. Any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor of the board review committee assignments, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Thank you. Next in the is the initial board review meeting to be held within 30 days after the second Monday in May to be announced. We have a plan to meet the 3 June 2014 at 5:45. I will recommend that be approved.
Second.
Thank you, Mark. Any discussion?
Mark.
What's that? We're good? Okay, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carries. Okay, next item, resolution 2014-01, first one of the new year. Designated public depositories, recommendation and approval requested.
Second.
Thank you, Mark. Do we need to go through these, folks? Or read the- Yeah, okay. We haven't changed any banks, but we have to, buy, let's see, what is it, Wisconsin, section 34-05 of the statutes. We have to, announce this every year. They will be listed and posted at the village if you have any interest. Any discussion? All in favor of accepting the depositories for our multitude of funds of the village, signify by saying aye.
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 All opposed? Thank you. Number 7, Resolution 2014-02, specifying line of succession for proclaiming emergencies or disasters. Recommendation and approval requested.
Second.
Thank you, Mark. The line of succession will be the village president, public safety chair, which is Mark, public works chair, which is Ted, public welfare chair, which is Paul Rhodey, and park board chair, Colleen O'Brien, Berglund, and next would be Daryl as a board member, and finally Roderick. And because you're out of town and stuff like that, and the newest guy, Rod, that's the only reason you're on the bottom. So, I mean, just thought it'd,
Otherwise, it'd be me.
well, Daryl is,
It's really because the first one's public safety is one of the first
Right.
contacts in Public Works, and it's the chair for those committees. It gets, it's really,
Are you kidding me? 20 years I've never gotten past 4. Oh, whatever.
Well, I'm looking at
I
this
know the
list
re- I
this
know
year,
the real
and it's an
reason.
improvement, because last year I was higher, so I figure it's an improvement this year.
well,
I'm watching my batting average go down the tube.
next year you could run for president, move yourself right to the
No,
top.
I wanted to tell Rod that being last on this list isn't all that bad.
That's right.
No, and I remember my first year, George, explained to me that I was last because I worked in Cottage Grove and I wasn't around in case there would be a disaster. And it's like, I'm so good with that.
I just appreciate they could remember my name and I was on the list.
Well, thank Lori and Melissa. I mean, that's, it wasn't me. I mean, I'm old and I'm forgetful.
All together.
Okay, all in favor of Resolution 2014 with the line of succession signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Okay, authorization to interview and hire police department admin assistant, approval requested. Now,
Second that request.
okay, thank you. And for discussion, a little background, our clerk of courts decided to take a full-time job in Washington County. And Becky O'Keefe, our admin assistant at the present time, decided she wants to spend more time with her grandchildren and stuff like that. So she decided she would like to take the clerk of courts job, which opens a position for the admin assistant with the police department. And the authorization to interview and hire, we talked about it, Mark, Gloria, everybody, and what we'd like to approve is that Mark goes through the list of candidates, and he and I will then do the final interviews, and this is so that we don't have, so that we can get somebody into the loop. So it's rather than have the whole board involved in the interview process, so I'm hoping that that's acceptable to everyone.
Aye.
Okay? Any further discussion? If not, we will have a vote that to allow us to proceed with the interview and hiring process of the police assistant. Signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Thank you. President's comments. Well, I don't have a lot of comments today. It is.
I understand.
It is. I want to thank our citizens, and the trustees that put their name on the line and to come to the meetings and stuff like that. And that is all I'll have. Gloria, anything?
Just the same thing. I'd like to thank Roderick for running and the rest of you for re-upping. I appreciate that.
And Melissa?
Mine was the same. Just to welcome the new trustee, Anderson, and congratulate Ed and Standifer on their reelection.
Okay, excellent. And not to break any records or anything like that, Mark, anything you'd like to say today?
I would like to add one thing. It gets overlooked all the time, but I'm going to thank Stan in particular for finding names for all these positions on these pages that nobody gives much thought about. Some years it's tough, but finding those is a big job sometimes, so thank you for doing that.
Appreciate that, and it's tough with caller ID now because they see where the phone call's coming from this time of year. and
Yeah, really.
sometimes it's like, what? They don't have an answering machine or anything, so they don't pick up.
That
But
being said, I move to adjourn.
thank you, Mark, and this meeting is adjourned at 5:12.